Okay, so welcome everyone. Before we begin, let's go over a few quick guidelines to make sure we have a smooth session. Here, so let me introduce myself. I am Sana Naseem. I am happy to be your facilitator for today's session, which is an introduction to Theta Healing. I am a certified Theta Healing instructor from Pakistan, and I have the honor of being among the first four Theta Healing instructors in the country. It's truly an honor. In addition to my work in Theta Healing, I am the CEO of Quanta Mind, a technology and wellness company. I am also a mindfulness meditation teacher, a business mentor. I have worked with the Cherie Blair Foundation as a mentor on their women entrepreneurship program for a year. From business to wellness, people often ask me, so how did you get into meditation and healing? Let me tell you this. I was not actively looking for it. It was not like I was actively asking myself questions such as, what are we doing here? What is the purpose of my life? No, I wasn't. But somehow when I found this space, when I stepped into this space, it gave me answers I didn't even realize I was seeking. And my journey has been nothing short of miraculous. Until 2018, I was running a textile designing business. I was happy. And at the beginning of 2019, I started pursuing a certification in psychotherapy. I was so in love with the first level of psychotherapy certification. There were different levels of that certification to be a licensed psychotherapist. I was in love with it, so in love with it, that I started to think that this is it. This is what I want to do in my life now, to be a psychotherapist. And to do that, to be good at it, I started exploring other modalities. Mindfulness, meditation, healing, and that exploration led me to this life-changing modality called Theta Healing. It wasn't planned. I wasn't looking for it, but this is space. This is space of meditation, mindfulness, Theta Healing. It found me. And looking back, I can see how every experience in my life was guiding me to this moment. And there are no coincidences in life. You're here, I'm sure you're here for a reason. There are no coincidences in life. You came across this session, this webinar, for a reason. So, what I have learned is this: clarity does not come when we are rushing through life, moving from one project to the other, one goal to the other. It comes when we pause, when we breathe and sit with the stillness, and when we acknowledge that there is a life outside what is considered to be normal. That's when we start to connect the dots and see the bigger picture. And over the years, I have had the privilege of working with people from all over the world. Um, Parents navigating tough moments with kids, people trying to create a balance in their professional personal life, individuals healing their relationships, professionals battling stress, anxiety. And everyone wants to reconnect with their inner selves. Everyone wants to live a more meaningful life. It's the same with everyone. So, yes, we are different and still not so different from each other. And that's what this work is all about, helping people rediscover their strength, rediscover their truth, rediscover their purpose in life. So, from being an entrepreneur for over 10 years to moving towards psychotherapy to finally finding myself in theta healing and mindfulness, my journey is full of miracles and lots of wisdom along the way. And we are here today to talk about theta healing, of course. It is going to be a value packed 90 minutes. Let's make it between 90 to 120 minutes. This is not a filler. I want to make sure that you learn something out of this webinar. So I would encourage you to take notes, ask questions so that you can move forward in your life with what you need. Better relationships, more money, thriving business, less anxiety, anything that you desire can be yours. And we will see how Theta Healing can support you with that. And maybe you're attending or watching the replay of this webinar and you go like, oh, I know this. This is so basic. This is exactly what I've learned before in other modalities. Or your mind will tell you that, I know this." At that time, I would invite you to just pause and ask yourself, okay, I know this, but I'm here for a reason. Let me see if I'm implementing all of this in my life. And if yes, then to what extent am I integrating all that I know? And what's missing? Very powerful question. Ask yourself. So we'll keep this basic. To learn theta healing and to completely integrate the technique in your life, you have to trust. You have to trust that it is okay to let go of what is no longer serving you. That you deserve a life where you are co creating every aspect of life with ease. That you deserve better than what you are living right now. And that you're enough. That you must also have trust in the unlimited potential of your mind, the human mind. You must be ready to experiment with your destiny and co create your own reality. And if you're ready for all of this, then this technique called theta healing is just for you. It's for you. And with this technique, you will learn how to heal yourself emotionally. You will learn how to heal yourself physically and spiritually with the power of love and connection. So, in today's session, we will talk about who is theta healing ideal for, how do we manifest our desires, what are beliefs and how they are formed and how they create our reality. We will connect this with how the beliefs and thoughts can influence our emotions and our behaviors. We'll talk about limiting beliefs. We'll keep it basic, of course, so that you have an idea of what theta healing is all about. Okay? And we will discuss what is theta healing, brain waves, and theta brain wave. We will talk about how do theta brain waves influence the subconscious mind. We will discuss conscious and subconscious mind, the spiritual aspect of theta healing. We'll talk about the core principles of theta healing, the process of changing limiting beliefs in theta healing. And of course, I'll address one of the most commonly asked questions, which is what is the evidence of effectiveness, scientific evidence of effectiveness of theta healing? Okay, we asked you to submit some questions, and some of you, at least I feel, if I remember correctly, then at least four of you asked this question. But okay, please discuss the scientific evidence. We'll do that. We'll cover that. And then, of course, towards the end, we'll talk about the self-discovery with theta healing and I have a gift for you. It is going to be packed with valuable information. So if you want, you can take notes and ask questions. Okay? All good so far? Let me check the chat. Okay, so let's start. Theta healing is ideal for you if you're ready to move out of your comfort zone. Yes, I know it's warm and cozy. I know it's comfy in there. But sometimes our comfort zone is actually a barrier between us and what we desire. So, this is the time to reassess and reevaluate if your comfort zone is based on some limiting beliefs. And if it is, then are you ready to change the pattern? See, we stick to the thing that we know, all the things that we know, that we are aware of, that we are in control of. We stick to them. That's human nature. We maintain a status quo. We stay in unhealthy relationships that we know are not fulfilling our needs. We stay in jobs that we know we have outgrown. We need to move on, but we stay there because that is what is known to us. And I'm not saying that external circumstances do not play a role in our life. They do. But then it is a fact that it is easy to blame others, to be a victim, and stay in the comfort zone as compared to take responsibility and make changes in life. So, theta healing is for you if you're ready to move beyond what's comfortable. It is for you if you no longer want to be at war with yourself. If you've decided that it's enough, I want to see who am I beyond all of this toxicity. I do not want to fight myself. I want to love myself. So if you are ready to go beyond the pain narrative, then Theta Healing is for you. It is also for you if you're new to your spiritual journey and you're seeking guidance to connect with your inner wisdom. And maybe you already practice other healing modalities such as Reiki and want to broaden your toolkit with a powerful complementary method. So Theta Healing is for you. Maybe you're looking to become a Theta Healing practitioner, um, to work with clients, or just use it as a self-healing modality. It is also for you if you're a life coach. I can see in the chat someone has mentioned that they are a life coach, a career coach. Yeah. So you are exactly at the right place right now. Theta healing is for you. It will help you. It will give you effective tools that you can use, integrate in your life coaching, career coaching. It is also for you if you are an empath or you're a highly sensitive person and you want to learn techniques to protect your energy and to stay grounded. Okay. And it is also for you if you're interested in enhancing your intuition to make clearer, more aligned decisions. Theta healing is for you if you're passionate about self development and growth and you want to learn how to attract new possibilities in all areas of life. And maybe you're just curious about theta healing modality and that's why you're here. You're curious and you want to know how it can support you manifest the life that you desire. So if you're ready to commit to the process 100%, then theta healing is for you. Okay? We all want to manifest different things in life. Maybe it's a home, great health, a loving relationship, a soulmate, lots of money, a thriving career, a loving family. We all have our own needs and manifestations. And it's only when our personal energy is aligned with the energy of our desires that we get what we are manifesting in life. Are you with me so far? Yeah. Okay. No questions so far. Okay. So our personal energy and our desires must be an energetic match. But what we often experience is that when we want to manifest anything, multiple doubts and negative beliefs come up. These doubts, they tell us that, okay, this is possible, this is not possible. These doubts and negative beliefs are not random. They are based on our past conditioning, our past experiences, experiences of those around us. Everything that we observe in our life creates a belief. And if it is negative, and if it is keeping us stuck in some unwanted pattern, then we call it a limiting belief. Because this belief limits our potential. The limiting beliefs limit us. And we are unable to see our own potential and explore what else is possible. We will talk about limiting beliefs in detail in a bit. So, theta healing is for you if you would like to manifest anything in life and you feel that, okay, things are not happening easily. What can I do to make things work for me? Theta healing is for you if you're thinking like this. Okay? So, the first step to manifest anything is to work on your mindset, to be an energetic match to our desires, to raise our vibrations, to make sure we are vibrating at the same frequency as our manifestations. We must work on our mindset. That's where our limiting beliefs are. And these limiting beliefs create our personal energy. And remember what I said earlier? Our personal energy must match with the energy of our desires. And to do that, we must shift the limiting beliefs. We can create what we truly want when we shift our limiting beliefs, when we shift our perspective, when we shift our mindset. And theta healing helps us in making this shift. Okay, it's so interesting that the more we work on our limiting beliefs, the more we realize that most of our fears are imaginary. What will people say if I do this? What will people think of me if I fail? So it's better not to try anything new. Thoughts like these, they block our mind, they block the abundance in our life. So in theta healing, we learn to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. And then we work on our fears or whatever it is that is not serving us. Okay? So we manifest and we become an energetic match to our desires when we start to be uncomfortable, when we start to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. Okay? But before we talk about theta healing, let's briefly talk about beliefs. What are beliefs? When we talk about theta healing, one of the most important aspect of this technique is to work on our beliefs. Let me check the chat. Excellent. Okay, get back to the presentation. And when we talk about theta healing, beliefs, one of the most important aspect of this technique is to work on the belief system, because understanding the different levels of belief system gives us the answer to questions such as why do we think the way that we do? Why do we have certain perspective towards life? Why do we believe something is impossible while others are maybe thriving in the same area? When we look at the belief systems, we understand the origin of our limiting beliefs. And once they become part of our conscious awareness, then it gets easy to work on these limiting beliefs by understanding how they are serving us in our life. So, what are beliefs? Beliefs are thoughts that shape how we see the world. Beliefs are the lens through which we experience life. They are the convictions or assumptions that we consider to be true about ourselves, about others, and the world. This is what creates our personal reality. But I want you to always remember that our beliefs may or may not always be true. Okay? Because they are often based on our experiences, our culture, our education, our values. What we believe about ourselves, about our life, may be the result of our conditioning, may be the result of our environment in which we were brought up, our family, our primary caregivers, our society, our country, our friends, our upbringing. Everything has a huge role to play in our beliefs, in forming our beliefs. And these beliefs create our thoughts. And thoughts are mental representations or interpretations of what we perceive through our senses. They are influenced by our emotions, our memories, our expectations, our beliefs. So, beliefs and thoughts shape our reality. Are you with me so far? Beliefs and thoughts, they shape our reality by affecting how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we see the world. So, for instance, if we believe that we are unworthy, if we believe that we are incapable of achieving something, we might think negatively about ourselves. We might start to doubt our own abilities. Oh, I'm not worthy of anything. And this might make us anxious all the time or depressed. And when we have a belief and when we think that we are unworthy, it has a direct impact on our behavior. Everything is connected. We may lose motivation to do anything in life. It might make us um, avoid taking action, or we may find ourselves giving up easily when we face challenges. It's a loop. One thing leads to another. On the other hand, if we believe that we are worthy, we are capable of achieving something, if we value ourselves, if we value our abilities, we start to think positively about ourselves. And this might lead us to feel confident, optimistic, happy. And this is definitely reflected in our behavior. Scientific studies have shown that our beliefs and thoughts can directly influence our physical and mental health. For example, there are many studies. For example, studies have found that people who practice positive thinking and visualization techniques, they have improved immune system. They have lower stress levels, and they are more equipped to handle the stress in life. So the way we think, the way we behave, it has a huge impact on our health, both physical and emotional. So instead of being consumed by stress of life, if we practice mindfulness, meditation, positive thinking, affirmation, if we meditate, then we are able to manage our responses to the stressful situations instead of reacting to them. Okay? Now, the question is, where are the beliefs coming from? Why does one person believe they are unworthy while another person feels capable and deserving? When we are all the same, where is this gap coming from? So, you see, babies are born with a clean slate. We all agree on this. Do we? Yeah? Babies, they are born with a clean slate, but their environment shapes their reality as they grow. The people and society around them begin to write their own beliefs, their own programs onto the clean slate. And now imagine if the person responsible or people who are responsible for creating the early childhood programs for a baby, if they are unhealed, what are they going to write on the clean slate of the baby? They will write their own hurt. They will write their own pain. They will write their own limitations. And they will pass on their own limiting beliefs, their own limiting patterns to the next generation. So the beliefs that we carry, the ones that don't serve us, may not even be ours to begin with. And this is where energy healing modalities like theta healing can help us, can support us by identifying the origin of those limiting beliefs, the root cause of the beliefs that keep us stuck in patterns that no longer serve us. So, by addressing these, we can create a new empowering story for ourselves. Now, anything that bothers us or holds us back from manifesting what we truly desire in life is rooted in a belief that keeps us stuck. And this belief is called a limiting belief. And we talk about limiting beliefs in theta healing a lot because this is where all the work will take place. To move forward, we need to explore, we need to address the root cause of that stuckness, of that limiting belief. And in theta healing, we call it a bottom belief. But why do we need to understand the bottom belief? Any ideas? Any input? Why do we need to understand the bottom belief, the root cause of our issues? Why? So these beliefs, the bottom belief, it shapes our emotions, our thought patterns, which in turn impact our daily actions, our physical well-being, or even contribute to the development of diseases in our body. And so once we understand these bottom beliefs, we can send a new information, a new belief to our subconscious mind and move forward in a healthy way. I know I've introduced a new term here, subconscious mind, and we will talk about it. Don't worry. I'll make it easy for you, but just stay with me for a while. We it's only through understanding the bottom belief, it's only through understanding the root cause of our issues, the origin of our story, that we can send a new information, a new belief to the subconscious mind by understanding the previous limiting belief. Okay. And by consciously understanding the previous limiting belief and sending a new information, installing and downloading new feelings into the subconscious mind, that we can move forward in life in a healthy way. So, for instance, let me give you an example. Let me make it easy for you. Let's say you want to buy a new house, but you feel stuck because of economic realities around you. Rising inflation, unstable economy, skyrocketing prices, everything feels expensive. These external factors reinforce your limiting beliefs, keeping you trapped in a cycle of desire without action. You end up looking at your life through the lens of societal norms, through the lens of collective fears, And it can feel overwhelming. But when we dig deeper and we identify the bottom belief, the root belief behind this hesitation, behind behind being trapped in a cycle of desire, we might discover that it comes from the childhood conditioning. And that's one of the level of belief system that we study in theta healing. It's called core belief. All the beliefs that come from our childhood conditioning are called core beliefs. So perhaps you were repeatedly told, don't spend too much, money doesn't grow on trees, or we cannot afford that, it's too expensive. These messages ingrained in your subconscious shape how you perceive financial decisions and opportunities even today as an adult. So, when we identify and challenge these deep seated beliefs and the level at which they exist, we can begin to shift our mindset. We can begin to move beyond the societal constraints. We can begin to take empowered steps toward achieving our goals. Are you with me so far? Yes? Yes? Good. Just ask me questions. If there are any questions or comments, I will keep checking the chat. Yeah. Excellent. So the different levels are core, genetic, history, and soul. We carry a lot of beliefs of society we live in. So that's the history level beliefs. Core is the childhood conditioning. History level belief is when we carry the society beliefs. Because we want to integrate, we want to be accepted in the society. So, a lot of beliefs are also a result of collective consciousness of the society, and it's a part of history level beliefs. Okay, we discuss all these levels in detail in Theta Healing Practitioner training, and also we learn to replace the limiting beliefs at each level with empowering beliefs. We learn the whole process in the practitioner training. Okay, any questions so far? Yeah, okay. So, what is theta healing? Theta healing is not just another wellness practice. It is a journey into the subconscious mind. It is an energy healing modality that was developed by Vianna Stibal in 1995, almost 30 years ago. So, theta healing is a meditation technique which is spiritual in nature. To understand theta healing, let me briefly tell you about about Vianna's story. So, theta healing was born out of Vianna Stibal's personal journey of healing. In the mid 1990s, Vianna was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer. The story is there in the book. And of course, we talk about the story in detail in the basic DNA level one of practitioner training. Um, so I will just give you a brief introduction of the story so that you can understand how it all started. Okay, so it was during Vianna's own journey to heal herself, driven by her desire to be there for her children and to live a happy life, that she discovered her ability to access the theta brain wave. And through this state, she connected with the divine energy and she witnessed healing on first, she witnessed healing on some of her relatives and clients, and then she witnessed healing on herself. See, Vianna had always been highly intuitive, and when she was diagnosed with cancer in her right leg, she intuitively heard this voice of the Creator: Vianna, you are going to live with or without your leg, so deal with it. And this message was the turning point for her. Vianna stopped feeling sorry for her condition and began to actively look within for a solution. Okay, so we talk about the whole story in detail. It's an interesting story of how theta healing is started. It's important to remember. If I want you to remember one thing from this story in this webinar, it's that once Vianna stopped feeling sorry for herself, she stopped being a victim of the external realities. She started to look for something more, something beyond her own limiting beliefs. And inspired by her own experience, Vianna began to develop and refine the technique, and it later became theta healing. It started with another name, and then later it became theta healing. She realized that the same process could help others heal, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And over time, she created a structured system for teaching these techniques to others. And theta healing grew into a global practice. It is now used by thousands of people worldwide. You will find practitioners all over the world practicing this technique. Okay, so theta healing has started as a way for Vianna to heal herself, but it has then since then evolved into a powerful tool for helping others transform their lives by addressing the root cause of their challenges, limiting beliefs, emotional wounds, spiritual disconnection, and it continues to grow as a modality. This is one of the things that I love about theta healing, that it is evolving. Okay. And it bridges the gap between science, spirituality, personal healing, and development. Okay. So now that we know the background, let's talk about theta healing. There's something in the chat. Okay, now that we know the background, let's talk about theta healing. In theta healing, we believe that in order to manifest or in order to change the world around us, we need to first change ourselves. We need to heal ourselves, not the other person, not the family member who annoys us, not the friend who is toxic. Okay, we need to heal ourselves. We need to take responsibility for ourselves. We need to look at things, our life, from a different perspective. We have to let go of what is no longer working for us and replace it with what leads us to health, wealth, and happiness. Okay. So, theta healing is a spiritual meditation technique, and I call it a technique that help individuals find a reason behind their behavior, or find a reason behind their beliefs or their patterns or programming that is no longer working for them. And then once they find out the reason behind it, then theta healing gives them the tools to move towards transforming the root cause of it. Okay. And to do all of this, we use theta healing meditation. Okay. So in theta healing, we view everything as an energy. Your body is an energy, the words that you use has an energy. That's why when we practice theta healing technique, we must be careful of how we talk about ourselves, how we talk to others, how we talk to ourselves. What words do we use on daily basis? How do we think about ourselves? And that determines our self-worth and self-esteem. Okay, we will talk about power of words in a bit. But yeah, theta healing is a technique of focused prayer in which we go into a theta state using the theta healing meditation that was developed by Vianna Stibal. And in that state, we connect to the energy of the Creator to witness physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Okay, now this technique is based on the idea that by entering the theta brain wave state, which is a deep meditative state, we'll talk about this in a bit, practitioners can access the subconscious mind and the divine energy of the Creator. This is huge, this is important. Okay, so when we are in direct contact with the energy of the divine, we enter into a process of co creation. Okay, we co create our reality. We enter into a process of co creation by understanding that we are always one with the Creator and that Creator is always with us. If we talk a little bit more about theta healing, that it works by tapping into the theta brainwave state. It's a deeply relaxed and meditative state where the mind is highly receptive to change and healing. So now that we are aware of limiting beliefs, the belief levels, let's connect all that we know. So in this state, when the theta brain wave is activated, practitioners, the theta healing practitioners can identify and reprogram limiting beliefs by tapping into the subconscious mind They can release emotional blockages. They can download new feelings, connect with the divine energy to witness healing on all levels of belief system. And all of this takes place in a theta brain state. This is the state that we need in order to make changes in our life. This is a state where the body is asleep. It can no longer keep us stuck to the memories or energies of the past, and we can easily reprogram the limiting beliefs by going into the subconscious mind, intuitively changing the programs that are no longer serving us. Are you with me so far? Any questions? Good. Okay. Okay, so to make it easy to understand, let's talk about brain waves and let me know if something doesn't make sense and I'll repeat it. Okay, I'll explain it in a different way, in an easy way. Okay, so what are brain waves and why are they important? See, our brain talks to itself and the entire body through electrical signals called brain waves. Brain waves are tiny electrical signals that show how active the brain is. And scientists measure these electrical signals in cycles per second called hertz, Hertz, hertz. And scientists group these signals into different types depending on how fast or slow they are, the brain waves. So each type of brain wave is linked to a different state of mind. Like when we are alert, then one particular brain wave is active. When we are relaxed, another brain wave is active. So different states of mind are linked to different brain waves. And the primary brain wave categories are gamma waves. They're associated with high level cognitive functioning, problem solving, and peak concentration. For example, when you understand a difficult, complex concept, or when you piece together a puzzle. Your brain may show a burst of gamma activity associated with high level functioning. The other brain wave is beta brain wave. It's linked to active thinking, focus, and alertness. This is the state we are in right now, you and me. Okay, we are alert, we are listening, we are thinking, we are alert. And beta brain wave is active during most of our waking hours. Okay, so whenever we are active, whenever we are alert, beta brain waves are active there. And then we have alpha waves. They are present during relaxed, calm, and meditative states. This is the bridge between conscious and subconscious thinking. Then we have theta waves. They occur during deep relaxation, heightened creativity. Theta is a state where the subconscious mind becomes highly accessible. And then we have delta waves. They are dominant during deep, dreamless sleep and restorative process. So every mental activity has a brainwave linked to it. In theta healing, we work with theta brain waves only. Theta waves are slow frequency waves that are activated when the mind is in a deeply relaxed, meditative, or semi conscious state. So, this state is often described as the twilight zone between wakefulness and sleep. So you're not really sleeping, but you're not really awake. That's the state when you're in a theta brain state. Okay, theta waves are strong during internal focus, during meditation, during prayer, during spiritual awareness. So theta waves are associated with deep relaxation. It is a state of calm and peace. When you're in a theta state, when the brain is in theta state, it's the most calming experience ever. It is also associated with heightened intuition. In this state, we have increased access to creative insights, intuitive guidance. Then subconscious access becomes easy because theta is the great gateway to the subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is where we have deeply held beliefs, emotions, memories. And it's also associated with emotional processing. Theta waves facilitate emotional release and healing in an easy way. Now you can imagine the deep, powerful results that we get just by activating theta brain wave using the theta healing meditation, heightened intuition, super creativity, access to subconscious programming. Imagine. It's amazing. It's amazing what we can achieve and the healing that we witness just being in that state. It's super powerful. But if you're wondering, how do theta brain waves influence the subconscious mind? To understand this, it is important to know that we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. And to work with theta healing technique, we must remember that 90% of our life is run by the programs that are stored in the subconscious mind. And only 10% of our daily life is run by conscious mind. This is huge. Conscious mind, only 10%. The subconscious mind is like a vast storage of beliefs, habits, memories, and emotions. And the conscious mind is logical, analytical. Subconscious mind operates on autopilot. And it influences our behavior, reactions, our decisions without us even realizing it. So, to make changes in our life, we have to bring the beliefs, the programs, memories that are stored in the subconscious mind to our conscious awareness. And once all the subconscious programming is a part of our conscious awareness, then we can make changes in our life. Okay, so the conscious mind is creative, it's analytical. Conscious mind can learn by attending a webinar, reading a book, listening to a podcast, asking questions, attending a lecture, watching a video. Conscious mind can learn through all of this. The conscious mind can learn new things in this way. But reading a self help book, attending a webinar, does not change anything in the subconscious mind. Listen to me very carefully. You're reading a self help book, okay? You're thinking about it, you're reading it, you only read it once, you didn't apply the information, and this is not how subconscious mind learns. If you repeat the message of the book over and over and over again by putting it into practice and integrating it in your daily life, only then the subconscious mind will be rewired to learn a new behavior. It is about creating a habit where you implement what you learn through conscious mind, where you where you repeat everything and then create a habit. So you can say that there are two ways in which we can change our limiting beliefs, our limiting programs, and they are: first, you work on your conscious mind, which you're doing right now, and then you take action. You implement, you integrate everything. You integrate the new learnings, you integrate the programs, the new belief system to train your subconscious mind to move towards a better reality, to rewire your subconscious mind. So whenever we go through any experience, even if you're not fully awake or conscious, the subconscious mind continues to record everything. The subconscious mind create beliefs, our life patterns, our behaviors based on whatever we experience in life. So, the part of experience that is visible to us, the pain, the hurt, the emotional impact, is linked to what was registered in the conscious mind. So, whatever you remember about any experience, about anything that you experience in life, any memory, and the pain, the hurt, the happiness, whatever you remember about it, that was because it was registered in your conscious mind. This explains why, when we go through different experiences, we are consciously aware of certain emotions, we are consciously aware of certain memories. But there are some memories, there are some emotions that stay beneath the surface. Okay, because they are stored in the subconscious mind. And yes, even when these hidden elements remain out of our direct awareness, they still shape us. They still shape our patterns from the subconscious. They create fears, they create regrets, they create resentments, rejection, and various thought patterns that influence our lives. This is exactly why beliefs are so powerful. Yes, Bruce Lipton, exactly. Biology of Belief. I love that book. I love that book. I have read it at least 2 times. I love that book. Yeah. Coming back to the presentation, that's the beliefs. They are so powerful. They are not just abstract ideas, they are signals that shape everything around us. So the subconscious mind runs the show 90 to 95% of the time. It's like a program running in the background, shaping our thoughts, shaping our actions, and even our health. So the belief is stored in our, excuse me. So the belief is stored in our subconscious beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or money is the cause of all evil. Such beliefs, they act as filters. They determine how we interpret the world around us. Okay, for example, if you believe, if you want to attract abundance, if you want to have more money, and if you have a belief that money corrupts, your subconscious mind will create behaviors and conditions to make that belief true for you. And it will act like a barrier between you and the abundance that you desire. So the subconscious mind will look for signals that will confirm this belief that's already there, that money corrupts. And you will attract realities that will validate your experience, that will validate your belief. It's not because the subconscious mind is our enemy. No, it's not like this. It's because the subconscious mind wants to protect you. Subconscious mind wants to create a story for whatever you experienced in life to protect you by making you the victim of the story. And it shapes most of our beliefs, our behaviors, our responses. And with modalities like theta healing, we want to be the hero of our story, not the victim anymore. We want to be the author of our story. We want to be the co-creator of our story. So now that we know about conscious mind and subconscious mind, let's go back to the discussion that we started about how theta healing helps us in reprogramming the subconscious mind. So in theta healing, we say that we are able to get to the subconscious beliefs. We are able to get to subconscious programming easily because theta waves allow us to bypass the critical, analytical mind, which is the conscious mind. And it allows us to, by bypassing that conscious mind, it allows us to access the subconscious mind where limiting beliefs and emotional baggages, blockages are stored. To understand all of this in depth, let me tell you an important piece of information. You may already be aware of this, but it's widely recognized that children have this amazing ability to learn multiple languages and absorb new information quickly, especially up to the age of 7. Do you know the reason behind it? Okay, I'll tell you. That's because the first 7 years, the mind is operating in a theta state. We know about the theta brainwave now, deeply relaxed, meditative, creative, heightened intuition. And during the first 7 years, our mind operates in a theta state. How cool is that? Which means that growing up, the brain of a child is in a very um is in a state where it's accepting everything. It enhances creativity, intuition, daydreaming, and it easily stores memories, emotions, and sensations. And that's why the people, what we talked about earlier, the people who write their own programs on the clean slate of the baby just stores everything without any filters because they're super receptive. Yes, that's the word that I was looking for, receptive. They're super receptive during first 7 years of their life. So this makes it super easy for children to learn new skills, beliefs, and programs, and of course, super easy to pass on limiting beliefs to them. So when we are born, our delta brainwave is active, and after some time, the delta brainwave is changed into theta brainwave. And now we are in a hypnosis kind of state. Our imagination is super high, and we remain in that state till 7 years of age. We absorb everything from our surroundings, from our primary caregivers. It is a state where we absorb, where we observe. And we are in that state for the first 7 years. So you observe everything, you store it in your conscious mind. And after the age of 7, we form habits by repeating what we learned in the first 7 years over and over again. Remember what I said about subconscious mind learning anything? When you repeat something over and over again, repetition is how subconscious mind learns. So when we form habits by repeating everything that we learn during the first 7 years, they're stored as beliefs um, in our subconscious mind. Okay, and they become our reality. We start creating our reality based on those limiting beliefs. Everything that we observe, all the stored programs, by observing our parents, siblings, community, friends. And of course, it is believed that up to 70% of these learned behaviors are disempowering, self sabotaging, limiting. And our subconscious mind run on these learned programs, 70% of which are self sabotaging. So it is clear that most of the time, without the supervision of conscious mind, we operate out of the field of awareness. So now connecting all that we have learned so far in this webinar, we can say that our lives are more or less under the control of programs provided by others. Until and unless we break the cycle, okay, most of the time we are not living the lives that our conscious mind desires. That's why it is important to go deeper into the beliefs hidden in the subconscious mind, and theta healing helps us with this process. So when we meditate and activate our theta brain waves, it acts as a bridge to reach the depths of the subconscious mind. And when we enter the theta state, we can directly interact and reprogram the subconscious mind. This is why theta states are so powerful for healing and transformation. Theta states allow us to identify and release limiting beliefs, heal emotional wounds, download new beliefs and empowering patterns. What changes are needed? How do we know what changes do we need? What new programs to install in our subconscious mind? This is where the spiritual aspect of theta healing comes into play. Okay. When we enter the theta brainwave state, a deep meditative state, we become more connected to the creator. You become more connected to the higher source of wisdom. In this state, our intuition becomes much stronger and we can receive clear guidance. Okay. And as part of the process, we learn to trust this guidance by trusting ourselves, by trusting our intuition. So we tap into the subconscious mind, we become aware of limiting beliefs that are holding us back through a theta healing technique, the whole process, of course. So it's about tuning into the deeper part of ourselves. The whole process is about identifying what's not working for us and using the power of our spiritual connection to make positive changes. Theta healing is a process of self awareness, it is a process of trust, it is a process of intentional transformation. And the divine guidance that we receive when we are in a theta state, it helps us understand what needs to be changed, what needs to be shifted. And then using the power of our mind and focused intention, we work in partnership with this highest wisdom, the creator, the source, to co-create the changes that we want in our life. So in theta healing, which is a versatile meditation technique, we go into deep meditation state, we activate a theta brain wave, we observe with focused thought and connection to the creator, all the transformations taking place in our energetic field, our cellular memory, and our DNA. All the changes in theta healing takes place on a cellular level. That's why it's super powerful. It makes changes in our DNA. We learn about DNA activation in level 1 of theta healing, because DNA has a memory of everything, of all the generations before us. So when we witness changes in our DNA, we change our life, we change the energetic field, we change everything. And it's the simple things that make a huge difference. Yes, it's a process of co-creation where you witness, you witness changes, you download new feelings. It's a whole process that it's a process of digging, it's a process of feelings work. Yes, it's a process, but sometimes it can start with something as simple as changing the way that we talk to ourselves, the words that we use. Just changing the words that we use in our life can release a lot of limiting beliefs from our subconscious mind. It transforms our life because we start to give different messages to our subconscious mind regarding how we want our life to be. And in this way, we start to be the co creator of our reality. Any questions so far? Okay, so let's talk about the core principles behind theta healing. Of course, power of beliefs. We have discussed this already. Theta healing is based on the idea that our beliefs shape our reality. Theta healing identifies and replaces these limiting beliefs with positive, empowering ones. So let's say someone struggles to love their body. Okay, and they constantly find something wrong with their size or with their appearance or the color of their skin. So in this case, they may never truly see themselves as beautiful, no matter how much they try. And this often comes from deep-seated beliefs that have been ingrained in the subconscious mind over time. And now you know about the subconscious mind that it runs 90% of it's running the show 90% of the time. So let's say if you're addressing this issue through theta healing, it's possible to discover a limiting belief such as that was formed in their childhood due to constant comparison made by their parents. Okay, perhaps they were being compared to their siblings, their cousins, or people around them. These comparisons could have led the subconscious mind to adopt a new pattern, a new way of thinking, such as I'm not beautiful. I'll never measure up to these people. And they start to create standards of beauty in their mind that, okay, beautiful is this. I'm not beautiful. A beautiful body, a beautiful person, a good complexion is this. So through theta healing technique, when we identify and bring the limiting beliefs to conscious awareness, the next step is to release these limiting beliefs. Because of course, they are limiting beliefs, they're not serving us. So we replace them with empowering ones that allow the individuals to see, in this case, see their own beauty, see their own worth. And this is done by a process called belief work. Belief work is digging and feelings work. It's called belief work. And once digging is complete, another step is to download new feelings on all levels of belief system so that the person can move forward in life with a new emotion. Any questions? Yeah. So we create a different definition of, oh, this is an acceptable body size, this is acceptable complexion, or beauty is this. Yeah, we are all beautiful. You're all beautiful, but sometimes we need to work on our limiting beliefs in order to find out why we are holding on to a certain definition of beauty. Digging? Yes, of course. I will tell you what digging is. Of course, good question. Yeah. So in theta healing, digging process is one of the most important steps. Digging is what we do when we are discovering the beliefs that are hiding in our subconscious mind, the ones that we do not even realize that they are there. Okay. So in this process, in digging process, the practitioner asks a series of questions. And by tuning into their spiritual intuition in a theta state, the practitioner guide the whole process. Of course, the client is the hero of the session. Okay, but the practitioner asks a series of questions, dig into the subconscious mind to find out why the person is holding on to a limiting belief. Okay, what are they getting out of it? Nothing is random. There's always a reason behind the things that we say, the things that we hold on to. So the goal is to bring those unconscious beliefs like I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love, I'm not beautiful into your conscious awareness. So once you identify those beliefs through digging, series of questions, the next step is to work on releasing them and replacing them with something positive, more beneficial. It's a bit like cleaning out your old closet. You get rid of what doesn't serve you anymore, and you make space for something better. And to make space for something better, you have to first get rid of the clutter. So it's simple but powerful process. It's amazing to see how much clarity and healing can come from just bringing the hidden beliefs to light. So once we change the way we look at things, it means adopting a more optimistic, realistic perspective on ourselves, others, and the world. Once we do this, of course, it doesn't mean that we start to ignore our programs. No, no, we do not want to. And I'm not encouraging you to start living in delusion. No, don't. Okay, there are problems. Yes, we acknowledge them. Yes, but with this acknowledgement, with this awareness, there's another thing. A belief that, okay, problems are there, um, limiting beliefs are there, and something needs to be changed. So instead of being worried, I'm going to focus on opportunities. I'm going to focus on solutions. I'm going to focus on strength. How can I make it better for myself? So we don't ignore problems. We don't say that everything is good, everything is perfect, but we start to believe that everything is going to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to make it work. Right. Okay, so the another core principle of theta healing is we work with divine connection, connection to the divine energy. So to work with theta healing, you must believe in the power and energy of the creator, power and energy of the source, the universe. You must believe in the higher power in order to do this work. And the theta brainwave, of course, theta healing works by accessing the theta brainwave state. And in this state, the mind is more open, the mind is more receptive. Another principle is holistic healing. Theta healing addresses the mind, body, and the spirit. The aim is to heal not just the physical symptoms, but also the emotional and spiritual imbalances. And then the most important, or we can say one of the most important core principle of theta healing is free will. Theta healing is not a quick fix. It is a powerful technique. It will empower you. It will empower you to take charge of your own healing journey. It is not a quick fix. It's a self-healing modality, and the strong emphasis is on free will. It is a fundamental aspect of this process. As practitioner, a practitioner cannot facilitate or witness change for a client without their verbal permission. You cannot force the client to believe a certain thing. You cannot force the client to accept certain downloads, affirmations. If the client chooses not to make changes, that's their decision. You have to respect it. Free will is a big part of theta healing. The theta healing practitioner cannot force anything on their client. Any question? Yes, this question comes up a lot. Let's look at it this way. You are receiving guidance from the creator, yes. You can intuitively guide the client. But at the end of the day, their life is their responsibility. They have to decide to take that step. They are the ones who can make that decision. You, as theta healer, cannot force them to act a certain way. You want to empower them so that whenever you are not there, you don't want the client to be dependent on you. You don't want your students to just depend on you. You want to empower them so that whenever you are not there, they know what to do. Okay? They can trust their own intuition, they can trust their own guidance. So always, always, always make sure that you are respecting the free will of your client. So now let's recap the process of theta healing session. How does it work? Of course, I will give you a brief version. We study everything in detail in practitioner training, but here's the process. In this process, theta healing practitioners guide their client. into a deeply relaxed meditative state using theta healing meditation. And this helps shift the brain from beta, active thinking, to theta, deep relaxation. Okay. Once you're in a theta state, practitioners connect with divine energy. A theta state and creator's energy is a super strong combination, and it amplifies the healing process. So, in the theta state, the subconscious mind becomes accessible, allowing clients to go deeper into their most protected memory through the process of belief work. Okay, belief work includes digging and feelings work. Through digging, the practitioner asks a series of questions, identify limiting beliefs, they reprogram the client's limiting beliefs. And through the feelings work, the client receives downloads. Theta Healing's belief work is a structured process for identifying and transforming limiting beliefs. Now, practitioners can also use muscle testing or energy testing along with intuitive questioning so that they can explore these subconscious beliefs that may be holding individuals back in their life. We study about muscle testing, energy testing in detail in level 1 of theta healing. We won't go into details of muscle testing in this webinar. So, for example, a belief like I am not good enough. It might be identified as a root cause of self-sabotaging beliefs behavior through the digging work. So once that limiting belief is identified, theta healing practitioners then guide individuals to release that belief and replace it with an empowering belief, such as I am worthy of success and happiness. And then I'm worthy of success and happiness are further downloaded into every cell of the body through the power of focused prayer and the creator's energy. These limiting beliefs, they are often tied to emotional wounds from past experiences. So when we reframe the beliefs, we start to view the world with a different perspective. So, for example, a person who experienced rejection in childhood might release the emotional pain and replace the belief with I am lovable. Okay? Rejection ultimately leads to I'm unlovable. No one loves me. I'm always rejected. So you replace it with I am loved. I'm accepted for who I am. And then the practitioner witnesses the whole process for the client and end the belief work by giving downloads to the client. Now, what are downloads? Downloads are packet of energy to connect the client with the feelings associated with the new beliefs. So the practitioner helps to install the new beliefs in the subconscious mind of the client. So, for example, if the new belief is I'm confident, the practitioner will download the feeling of what it feels like to live every day with confidence. This is the beauty of theta healing. Through theta healing technique, when we get conscious of our hidden programs, when we understand our limiting beliefs, when we bring them to awareness, we start to understand that there was a reason why we were believing in all of it. Why there was fear, why there was rejection, why there was resentment, why there was regret. There's a reason behind everything. So when we start to understand the higher perspective by understanding the emotions, the traits, the memories, the beliefs that we have unconsciously pushed away because they feel uncomfortable, shameful, unacceptable, when we begin to understand the wisdom, when we begin to understand the reason behind guilt, shame, anger, then life becomes easy. We no longer blame ourselves. We start to live with the wisdom of everything. Okay, we acknowledge everything and we start to accept that, okay, it wasn't a mistake. I learned something, I grew, I evolved. I'm not going to do this again. I'm going to make better choices. Only lessons and learnings. Any questions? So let's see what we have next. Okay, so we received some questions from you guys to be included in the presentation. I've covered most of it. And one of the most common question was, is there any scientific research or evidence supporting the effectiveness of theta healing? So to answer this, let me tell you, there are thousands of people worldwide who are changing their lives using this modality. Every time I teach a class, every time I receive a feedback from a client, I am amazed at the things that they can achieve just by integrating the technique in their life. I have experienced changes and transformations in different areas of my life. This modality has a magical pull. People have healed cancer, they've gotten pregnant, increased their wealth just by working on their beliefs. But sometimes sometimes the conscious mind, the analytical mind, needs scientific evidence. And that's okay too. So let me tell you, theta healing has not been extensively studied in scientific research. There are some areas where its principles align with established psychological and neurological concepts, and we will talk about that. So let's talk about theta healing and neuroplasticity. Research in neuroscience has shown that the brain is capable of rewiring itself based on new experiences, based on new learnings. And this is exactly what we do in theta healing. Our focus on tapping into the theta state to reprogram beliefs aligns with the concept of neuroplasticity. It creates new neural pathways by replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. So there you go. The first scientific evidence that whatever we do in theta healing is also neuroplasticity is all about. Then mind body connection. Theta healing's emphasis on connection between thoughts, emotions, physical well being. It's supported by scientific research. And scientific research explores how the mind influences the body. So studies have shown that the stress, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, they can impact our physical health. And positive emotions, positive beliefs can promote healing and other evidence. Okay. And then the power of words. On the first day of level one training in theta healing, we talk about the power of words, how every word has its own energy, its own frequency, and the way we talk about ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, our life, it creates an energetic field around us. So if you're using words with negative or low vibration, then it will affect our energetic field. For instance, if you have a belief, nobody loves me, I'm unlovable, I will always be alone. The vibration of all these words, vibration of all these phrases will have a negative impact on our energetic space. And it will create lower energy. It will lower our vibration. And this has been proved in NLP, neuro linguistic programming. It's all about this. So we have another scientific proof that all that we do in theta healing, it works. And another one, placebo effect, the power of belief. The placebo effect is where a person experiences real improvements in their health or well-being simply by believing that a treatment will work. They only believe that a treatment will work, even if the treatment itself has no active therapeutic properties, like a sugar pill. You can read about placebo effect. There are multiple. You can find multiple research, scientific evidence about it. It's a powerful demonstration of how our mind and beliefs can influence our body and overall health. Imagine you have a headache. Let me just quickly explain. We have time. Imagine you have a headache, okay? And if someone gives you a pill and they tell you that it's a strong painkiller, it will help you. You take it, and your headache disappears. And later you find out that the pill was just sugar or mint gum. It had no actual medicine in it. Now, the fact that your headache went away is simply because you believed the pill would work is the placebo effect in action. Your belief triggered your body's natural ability to heal itself. Now, connecting this to theta healing works with the same principle, the power of belief. We hold on to negative or limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. I will never be enough. And they block our ability to heal. So, through theta healing, we identify these beliefs and replace them with positive beliefs, and then magic happens. For example, if someone believes I'm always sick, that belief can actually keep them stuck in a cycle of poor health. And when we shift the belief to something like my body is forever regenerating, my body is capable of healing, they might start to see real improvements in their physical health and their emotional health and their mental health. It's like rewiring the mind to support healing, rewiring the mind to support growth. Okay, this is how placebo effect works. So, power of thoughts, the power of beliefs, placebo effect. It's about tapping into the mind's ability to influence the body, another scientific evidence. Okay, and then meditation and relaxation. Theta healing use a meditation, relaxation, and a theta brainwave. Of course, you get into a very relaxed state, and it is supported by extensive research. There are benefits of meditation. There are benefits of meditation for reducing stress, improving overall emotions. So there is plenty of evidence out there. Okay? It shows you the effectiveness of the technique. And of course, lots of transformational stories are out there. And if we talk about the time frame of results, there is no time frame. It changes from person to person. The time frame for result varies depending on the individual and the issues that you are addressing in a session. Some people experience instant shifts. They're more open to this work. For specific issues like anxiety, self-sabotage, relationship challenges, just few sessions are needed and people start to notice changes in their life. It's all about how you are implementing and integrating everything. And there are some deep-seated beliefs, chronic issues that may require ongoing sessions and that may require consistent self-practice. So yes, if you ask me about time frame, I can say that it's instant. I can say that sometimes it takes a couple of sessions, but it always works. You must be committed to your own growth because it's a process of continuous growth, healing, and looking at things from a different perspective, surrendering. So, we know about theta healing, we know about brainwaves, we know about everything now. What is the next step? It is self-discovery through theta healing. If you feel you're ready to take this path, then take this path. Take this step. So the first step is basic DNA seminar where you form your foundation. In this training, we train you on how to be a theta healer, how to conduct a theta healing session. Of course, there's lots of theory there. We start with the principles. We start with the psychic abilities. We understand everything. We understand the background. It's like a foundation. We create your foundation, a solid foundation. I offer basic DNA in 4 days. So once you complete the level 1 training with lots of practical stuff, you are certified as a theta healer, which means you can take on clients if you want to. I always recommend that you continue to work on yourself. You apply whatever you have learned in basic DNA in your life and gain confidence in your skill. And for that, you move to the second step, which is the advanced DNA. In advanced DNA, you practice more, you learn more concepts, you study about the planes of existence, you practice more advanced level techniques, you practice some cool stuff like baby in the womb, heart song. You learn how to give sessions, you learn how to create downloads, you learn how to witness healings. And on this level, you receive hundreds of powerful downloads over a period of 3 days. Okay, it's a game changer. And imagine receiving 100 beliefs, new feelings, new packet of energies every day in every cell of your body. How powerful is that? And then you move on to the third level, which is dig deeper. And it is about polishing your skills as a theta healer, digging deeper into your belief system to release what is no longer serving you. Digging is the heart of theta healing technique. You cannot avoid digging. Okay. So in this seminar, we train you on how to dig deeper for bottom beliefs. It's a process. Okay. And then the fourth level is you and the creator. It's an absolutely amazing seminar. You apply everything you learn to strengthen your connection to the Creator. And all these courses will give you the power to instantly transform your beliefs, to create the life, to co-create the life that you love. Because you see, affirmations are good. I always say this, they are good. Telling yourself you love yourself is good, but to do the actual work is the real deal. Okay, it's time to go beyond your vision boards. It's time to go beyond your affirmations and meet the person that's hiding underneath inside you for so long. So in our foundational seminars, Theta Healing Foundational Seminars, the focus is on personal growth. Focus is on self-improvement. Focus is on spiritual development. And through these seminars, we engage in a process of clearing resentments, rejections, regrets. And this allows us to strengthen our connection to the Creator. Once we have dedicated time to working on ourselves, we move towards mastery level courses if we want to. Okay, we start to understand, intuitively understand and address the needs of our body. And all of this makes it possible for us to explore manifestation from a fresh perspective. The work that we do in these seminars, it's priceless. You acquire new tools. You start to heal your relationships. You start to transform your perspective toward the world. It's all about commitment, commitment. So you can enroll in these seminars one training at a time, or you can go all in and invest in a 11-day package. I have an 11-day Theta Healing program, self-discovery program. I have a special offer for all those who are with me in this session right now. So if you choose to start your Theta Healing journey with me as your instructor, you have a choice to either begin with basic DNA or take the package, take the program, 4 seminars, foundation seminars. You save on your investment. The package that I offer is called 11-day self-discovery program. It has 4 foundation seminars and a partial scholarship amount. But since you guys are here, I'm giving you a gift, okay, for attending this session. How cool is that? Yes, it is cool. So when you enroll in the first 4 foundation seminars, okay, so it's deep transformation, 11 days. It is worth it. Okay, I'm giving you the link in the chat. Of course, it's there on the slide as well. You can check the package details. And whenever you feel ready, just send us an email at mindbodyspirit@quantummind.net and ask for the special code, and it will give you access to the gift. You can pay in full. You can take advantage of payment plan, whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with. You just have to choose. You just have to choose yourself. You have to choose that, yes, it's time to start, and then you will see that options are unlimited. Just send in an email whenever you're ready, and you will get this price. You can take the seminar at your own pace. You can choose any class, anytime. That's it for today. I hope you found value in what we discussed. Any questions? So the practitioner is going to ask questions, of course, through the process of digging. And as a client, you have to be an active participant. Otherwise, the practitioner cannot do anything. Okay? If you're talking about digging, yeah. Of course, they can witness. They need your verbal permission to do that. Yes, we train you. We train you in the class how to do the session. You can unmute yourself if you want to. No, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So, thank you for being here. If you would like to explore theta healing further, please do get in touch with us. I would love to have you in my class. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always email us or follow us on social media. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your questions, your inputs. Take care of yourself.